Episode 94, fellas.
Oh
my God.
How we feeling?
man, I'm feeling great.
Yeah.
Lovely.
That calendar filling up?
Man, you already know.
Yeah, man. There was some feedback, or I don't know, not necessarily feedback. There were some conversations being had about our last episode and the whole calendar topic. And someone had hit, I won't mention any names. Someone had mentioned
say their name. We'll bleep it. I'm just kidding.
Someone had mentioned DJs taking working for pennies just to add, just to fill up their calendar. And I'm trying to think, like, what am I missing here? Is it about volume in 2021, fresh out the pandemic? Is it about the volume of the bookings?
Quality over quantity.
Well, no, that's the thing. It's quantity over quality. But yeah, it was an interesting conversation I had. And then you mentioned when we were done recording, you said, how about they just don't post the bookings? Like, you don't have to post every booking you take.
You don't have to post every booking you take.
And then it made me think of the people that post, what's it called? Private event. Like, all right. Like, so we know, like, and I know the answer will always be, well, that way they know I'm not available that day. Like, all right, man. Like, if that's how you want to justify, typically private events are done by 10 anyway. So you're gonna turn down
how often
somebody.
does someone who's booking you goes, let me see if they're working that day? Like, I'm trying to book you three weeks, 4 or 5 weeks in advance. Let me see if you posted that you're booked 5 weeks in the fucking advance. I know, I'm gonna hit you up. Yo, you available this day?
Yeah.
No? Okay, move on.
Yeah.
Don't make no fuck. Listen,
Well, I'm gonna if that's the case, I'm gonna let people know I record at 9:30 a.m. on Wednesdays. So I'm gonna put that at my calendar, let them know.
Podcast.
Yeah,
MikiDZ podcast on the calendar.
yeah, and then I listen to the MikiDZ radio on Tuesdays from 8 to 9. So I'm not available to work then.
You're on the clock.
See, man.
Listen, but again, man, you know, do your own thing. What was so they were saying these or this DJ or DJs were saying that a lot of these other DJs are just taking parties just to make the calendar, just to fill up the calendar?
Just to fill up the calendar. Yeah, I mean, it's as simple as that. And I imagine, and it's got to be a tough position. Like, if you're, let's say you're taking pennies for the bigger booking, that's got to be a tough position to be in, because the bigger booking will tell you, well, if you don't take this booking for 200-300, I don't know if we can, have you again or bring you back. But you got to continue to play that game, right?
But be okay with walking away from that, though.
Yeah. Well, I think when you settle for that, you have no faith in your brand and and more importantly, what you're capable of doing.
Exactly.
Well, who's the calendar for?
It's for the DJs. Let's be honest. It's for the DJs.
Think so?
It's for the DJs and the bookers to let you know I'm busy.
Just for the sake of the argument, right? Where we have a podcast. Wouldn't you think, because, okay, where else do you post your schedule?
I don't post it.
Okay.
But yeah, outside of IG.
Just social media. But I think, I don't, on the feed.
Oh yeah, but how do people know where you're at in a month?
You mean a month out?
Yeah.
When a month comes, then they'll know when I post a flyer.
Yeah. You know what guys are doing, and I know you got a point, but you know what guys are doing? I know I'm gonna let you get back to it.
Right.
But you know what guys are doing?
Okay,
and I don't know if I was the first to do this or not, but I started noticing a lot after. Well, first I put it in my bio, like
first
where
of all,
I'm gonna be.
Soulja Boy, relax.
Second, Drake. Second, they'll post a monthly flyer. They'll get done with their 2 bookings for the weekend, and then they'll repost that flyer the following week with the names of what they just did crossed out, which I think is a really good idea, because it just shows you what else I did, whatever in the past.
Right.
But weeks out, you at least know what you got coming up. So I don't know if that answers your question or not. But
no, it doesn't. So where else does someone look at your schedule? Let's say
bands in town, I guess.
Huh?
Bands in town. It's like,
I know, but do you use that?
I used, before the pandemic, I was using it. I haven't been recently.
So the only reason, and this just all came up out of right now, just talking about it, but like, how about the person let's say that has a little busier of a schedule and they have that one gig out of town, and they have those friends that live near that town, and they need to make travel arrangements to get to that gig.
Yeah.
But is this DJ supposed to text individually every single person to let them know when they're going into that city? You know what I mean? Like, it could be just a way for people like, look, this is where I'm at. I'm not hitting you directly. I'm not giving you short notice. This is your notice today.
Yeah, but you also run the risk of not everybody seeing that. Like, just
100%. I think it's the same chances of the person trying to book you not seeing the calendar flyer either.
Right.
Because realistically, if we're talking about Instagram specifically, a flyer is sent to the bottom of the algorithm because it's text and images. Like, the more text, the more it gets dropped down to the bottom. Yeah. Hence why a lot of those gigs just don't engage. I think I've talked about it on this podcast before, but I would post a meme or a video meme or some sort of video or, as a slide with a flyer.
Yep. Attached on the back.
I would always get high engagement because some little white kid smacking the shit out of his little infant brother into a pile of foam. And that would engage stronger than just me on a flyer.
I'm also not mad at the weekend flyers.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? If you post on a Wednesday or Thursday, here, I'm going to be here Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah. Well, especially if that looks busy, like you got in 3 days.
Yeah, if you got 3 days, busy. If you got 2 or 3 gigs or more that weekend, I'm not mad at those. I know a lot of DJs that do it like, yo, this is where I'm at, to kind of answer your question like, all right, I'm going to be in these cities this weekend, especially, a lot of the traveling DJs. Hey, I'm this city, that city, or whatever. Yeah. You posting that on a Wednesday and Thursday. So people get a chance to go, oh, shit, he's in town this weekend, or, blah, blah, blah. He or she is in town this weekend, so I can go check him out. So I'm not mad at those. But again, I'm not going to remember where you're going to be at in 3 weeks, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, to be honest with you, I'm not going to. If I see it, I see you working, congratulations. Everybody's working.
But you're also not the club goer.
Yeah, exactly. So, you know what I mean? Like,
there's somebody with a kid that needs to find a babysitter in 3 weeks. They're like, I'm going out.
Yeah. I guess so. I mean, I guess.
I'm looking for a stepdaddy.
I got a text from Night Train, and he sent me his scheduling, asked for my approval. He said, "You hate me. Please advise." I was like, "All right, man."
But Night Train does the weekend shit.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. He does the like, I'm here this weekend.
That man could post a calendar for the day.
Yeah, he could.
Yeah.
The way he's busy right now.
That fool is stupid busy.
Yeah. You know what else, in regards to getting engagement instead of just posting a flyer? And I think you should post a flyer to show the club that you are, supporting and doing your part.
100%.
But there's nothing wrong with taking it down and updating. Like, so what I'm going to start doing, is like I got Reno coming up at Grand Sierra Pool. So I posted the flyer on Monday. The engagement wasn't very good, as expected. But I'm going to eventually
take... your looks are fading?
I think so.
Get old, nigga.
It's got to be the flyer. It can't be me.
The flyer's ugly.
I'm at my prime.
Got the wrong colors. Don't accentuate with what's going on here.
Not
a little less hue next time.
Get my right side. You got the wrong side.
You sent them the photo, Joe.
I told him, don't use this.
I sent it
to him.
Do you send the priority photos? Like, these are the primary?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
No. So whatever, post that flyer or don't post it. But cause shout out to Jason Craig, he does my images and visuals and all that. I said, I want you to start, or when we do this, I don't want it to make it so much about the club. Clearly it is, the club is on the surface, but I want you to take multiple videos of everything that I've done or whatever I send you, whatever I have video of, and compile it to be one flyer for the club. So it's not so much, so it's more about Dainjazone or whoever the DJ is coming, like everything he's brought, everything he's done and accomplished and whatever is coming to your club. Like this, like you see the gorgeous videos of all these different clubs traveling. If you know the club, that's Tao, that's, whatever, Houston. And as opposed to just, hey, I'm at this club on a flyer. But flyers are fine for. I think they're fine for stories.
Yeah, I only post
Just a little quick something.
Yeah, I only post my shit on the stories now.
Yeah, comes and goes.
Comes and goes. And then at times you could post them multiple times and be like, hey, I'm here, whatever. And then kind of do what you were talking about. Even use that same format for the stories. I mean, I get more, I'm sure you guys too, get more engagement on the stories anyway. So
yeah.
Post shit on the story and keep it pushing.
And like when I see these videos of all these festival guys or just or Aokis or whoever, like the club is the clubs that are really working hard. They're compiling videos from like multiple videos from these different festivals to show that we got this guy coming to our club. Like, why can't we do that for ourselves?
Yeah,
compile multiple. Like, it doesn't have to be videos from that club. It's just I think it looks bigger and better when you compile everything you've done and put it into one focused flyer for the event. But yeah,
sure.
Always interesting flyer talk, how it works. Have you guys been talking to anybody that has been twitching or used to twitch? No, because I'm hearing the money is down. Like everyone's back outside. The same spenders. For everybody's
subscriptions.
You're still paying for my subscription?
Yeah, man, turn that automatic shit off, man.
I just paid for night trains this morning.
or
it's the last one you should be paying for.
Or is it a flex to not turn it off?
I don't know.
It's a cup of coffee every time.
Who's he flexing for?
It's a cup of coffee. I know.
I've had to start making my own coffee at home.
No, I mean, who was we just doing it? Believe it or not, Wifey just did a Twitch for a friend of ours that they got something going on, but it's not the same anymore. The engagement, like you said, the engagement is not the same. It was a 2-hour set, and she was just like, after an hour, I was like, I'm over it. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I was just like, I get it. It's different. She was just like, I prefer that in-person engagement and that energy and shit like that. And it's just, it doesn't resonate the same like it did before when we were in the middle or anything. I said, yeah, it's because people got shit to do now. Before, nobody had nothing to do.
Right.
Yeah.
They had no choice.
I ain't got no choice. Fuck it. Turn the TV on.
Yeah, there are a few that are still going strong and their followers are still there, like Audio Ones. Always prayers to Audio One.
Friends,
but they're still going. Angie's still going. And I imagine that makes sense for their brand, and I'm sure there's still a nice flow of money. Or even if they lost a little, I imagine if Angie wasn't making what she was at the peak of all this, she's still making a nice chunk. I can only assume.
Speaking of that, I had a conversation with Chalk recently, and he was telling me how he still gets a good chunk of change from streaming. Nice. So he was
on Twitch?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah, he was killing on Twitch, and he was doing it like 3-4 days a week. He definitely has cut back. I think he cut back to like once or twice a week. But he was just like, nah, it's still he has a sciatic disc that was fucking his shit up. And he was just like, man, he had to stop streaming for like 3 weeks or something like that. And he was like, man, the money is missed. He said, I'm not gonna lie. So I mean, that is one person I had a conversation with that's still streaming.
I love Chalk. But his demographics a little different.
A little different, yeah. You're absolutely right. And that's what I said. I said, man, you got the demographic for that shit.
It's perfect.
It's perfect for him.
Like, just new enough technology.
Exactly. All those guys on B Junkies, like they're
don't want to be out.
Yeah,
right.
Mellow fucking he
it.
kills his shit. J Rock, all those guys, they kill. Like they have the perfect demographic for the streaming world.
Yeah. What was I gonna say? It's not. I don't think there's anything wrong, and I don't think I'm like coming off like I'm bashing or frowning upon people that are still twitching. But there's like it was a great thing for the moment, right? And 100%. There's nothing wrong with moving on from that and just like, all right, I made my nice chunk of dough. I got more friends and followers and whatever. Some of these guys got bookings out of it, which is great because that was. I think a lot of people were doing that because they were hoping to get bigger bookings out of it. But yeah, if you got to move on, you got to move on, man. You got to be happy ultimately.
I've heard some rates.
Yeah.
Of some people.
Go up? Some what?
I've heard some rates. Like,
oh, really?
Like that changed dramatically from pre-Twitch to post-Twitch. Like given from the short list of people that were like successful.
Dope.
Sure. Yeah. Not everyone was
for those
successful
people,
with that.
Yeah.
But moving on, did you guys see a video of a girl dancing, DJing on a mountaintop? Here you go, Mickey.
I didn't, but I'll watch.
And nothing is hooked up. Shout out to Andre 905, our brother to Toronto.
Toronto.
Just, you know.
And he pointed this out to me, and there's nothing hooked up, and she's messing with the dials, and there's no change in the lows,
song,
the highs,
nothing.
the mids, nothing. But she's vibing, she's having a good time. She looks good.
I give her.
at least the USB plugged in.
The USB's plugged
I
into
give
the
her A for
laptop.
effort because she put the books in front of there and try to hide the shit.
That's not a self-powered.
It could be, but
a USB powered.
but she don't have no speakers plugged into that shit.
She got her headphones on.
They're not on. They're around her neck.
So what's she listening
So
to?
she's not even queuing up the next song. All right.
Who actually wears the headphones?
So we can sit here and bash this.
Well, he has no choice. He's in ears.
I have in-ears.
True.
That's just for look too.
No, I use my in-ears.
You better use them.
Hip hop DJs don't use headphones.
As much as
You're gonna get fucked every night. No, sorry.
Yo, speaking of that,
no, that's healthy for the ear as opposed to the headphones.
I had I'm not gonna put this DJ on blast, but I had this, and this was a while back. He comes over to me and goes, "Why you have headphones on if you don't use them?" I said,
I know
when
who
you,
said this.
Yup. I said, when you hear a fucked up transition, then come talk to me. Right? He just like looked at me weird because he wasn't expecting me to say something back to him. I'm like, get the fuck out of my face. I use them when I want to use them. If I don't need to use them, they there just so I can have them. Fuck out of my face, man. I hate DJs. I hate DJs sometimes, bro. Because why do we have to hate one another?
Yeah.
We already playing against our backs against the wall. Like we gotta support one another, man.
After you just said you hate DJs.
Yeah, that's the reason why.
No unity.
That's the reason why.
Cut
You
that
know
clip, people. Cut the clip, Sean.
Anyways.
Oh, right.
You know what? I noticed it more with, and I'll continue on this, but I definitely noticed it more in LA where more LA hip hop DJs don't use headphones. And I have no problem with that. I don't care. I think it's when you, I think it's quicker. Don't look. I want you to hear. I want to read it to you.
Is she verified? I saw a blue check.
Yeah.
Oh wow, so she's someone.
I noticed, especially when you're on the mic, it's quicker to not use headphones and just to have an idea of where the beats are and just listen to match them. Or fuck it, you're looking at the screen and you match them.
I mean, granted, keep in mind, and I'm gonna speak for me personally. I don't use headphones majority of the time, but you have to understand. 80% of the music, I've played it so many fucking times. I know what my transitions are. I know what
your points.
You know what I'm saying? I know where I'm going. I know what it is. I'm using 4 bars or less, so it doesn't require me. I'm not doing long mixes where I have to like see and make sure that the beats stay on. Like I know if the beats match and where my transitions are going to be, so I keep it there. But if I'm mixing some shit that I haven't mixed often, I put my headphones on.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right, back to this woman who's faking the funk but having a really good time.
Yeah, man.
Someone commented saying, nothing is plugged in. How come no change was made when the EQ knobs were used? This is worse than Sick Kick video. And her response is, obviously nothing is plugged in. I'm at the top of a mountain. Duh. She's messing with the knobs like something's plugged in. like none of this makes sense. Why are you going through all this if you know nothing is plugged in?
Oh man.
Yeah, why don't you just stand there and dance?
Yeah, like just
no disrespect.
Yeah, you don't. And so that makes me wonder, like maybe I'm missing something. Is there really good engagement when you look like you're having the time of your life while you're DJing?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, Joe.
No. I'm talking about like with these videos. I'm not talking about.
It's all the aesthetic though, man. You know, she's on top of a mountain. It's beautiful. It's sunset. You know, they want to paint this picture like we're DJing outside. We outside. We're DJing outside. That's cool and all, but you know, DJs are gonna look at this shit and they're gonna critique you. Like, come on, man. Like, put some effort into it. Lie and say, plug it in. Plug shit in, but it don't have to be plugged into anything.
Listen.
At least they see chords coming out of it. You get what I'm saying? Like, just go the extra step. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't need, for all they know, you drag the generator up there and you plug shit in and you got shit popping.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't,
I'm not throwing on nylon pants and going up a fucking hill to fucking dance with the unplugged mixer.
Bro.
Listen, I'm going to throw a green screen on and we're going to be at the top of the mountain.
There you go.
On our own.
Listen, work smarter, not harder.
I'll be in space. Fuck Bezos.
I imagine the engagement will be just as good if she was just up there vibing and having a good time on dancing on a mountaintop. True. Or maybe she knew, look, I'm going to make this shit look like it's faking it. And people are going to hate on it, but it's going to get me engagement.
But of course, I don't have nothing plugged in. I'm on the top of a mountain.
That's her response.
I give her.
Hey, but this is a thing though. Like, this is obviously we know that dude's mask boy, fucking snake, snake mask boy, whatever. He does all his performances, and then he says it's live. Okay, we'll argue that later.
I don't know.
But then there's somebody else that you follow and play some venues you play, and they do videos on a beach, on different settings that would make it difficult for certain things to be plugged in. And they'll perform stuff with scratches, with whatever. And then they've even said on comments, this is going to take way too much research for us to dial in, so I'll tell you later. But they've gone in the comments and said, well, yeah, it's pre-recorded.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, like why would you? So like, is it's acceptable to perform a pre-recorded set?
Milli Vanilli.
DJs, let us know. Anyone that does that, please reach out to us and let us know why.
Well, let's break that down for a second. So if there's actually skills being involved, if there's talent taking place, you mentioned scratching, and if this guy or girl, let's call it guy, if this guy can
for the sake of no smoke,
and if this guy can, that is safer. If this guy really has nice cuts and he can mimic them all over again, but it sounds great. Like that wouldn't bother me. Like I know you did that.
Right.
Like you're not doing anything if you're just twisting knobs.
Right.
Like take away the dancing part of it.
How do we know?
Did she do anything? Did she transition? Because I didn't hear the music.
No, there was no.
It's literally her just playing the song.
Yeah, there was no transition.
There's no transition.
Fuck out of here.
Yeah. Yeah, but she's living her best life.
That's fine.
On a mountaintop.
She could live
With
her
no
best.
But she carried all those fucking books up those goddamn mountains, man. Like, that shit fucking sense. You better up carry the generator up there.
Who carried the library?
Like, what the fuck? Bro, I don't understand. Listen.
Yo, is that a table? Who carried the table?
What else is going on? Why is something plugged into the laptop, though? Like, what's it going to the...
The laptop is plugged into the controller.
Hold on. What kind of table is that, bro?
That's a fold up.
That's a great view.
Okay, the laptop's plugged into the controller. That's not turned on, not being...
Yeah. That's a DDJ. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9.
You counting the books?
Yep.
Okay, yeah. So there's no blend, but there's a lot of messing with the knobs and...
That's fucked up, bro. It's not even a foldable table.
No, that's not. They had to. They had
IKEA
to throw
joint.
it. Yeah.
It's the $40 before the legs.
They had to screw in the legs right before because you can't put that in a car.
Right.
And that's a lot of books. What's she reading?
That's what I'm saying. She got fucking encyclopedias and shit.
My favorite. She put the book to give her a shadow.
The book created a shadow.
Bro, please attach this video to the fucking screen so the viewers can see this shit. Oh, man.
Oh, God. She put a fucking standing.
Oh, my God.
To see the cue points for her fucking drop.
Oh, shit.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Oh, shit.
Get your money, girl. If that's what's going on.
She hyped with a bunch of textbooks.
Yo, God bless her.
Oh,
She
man.
verified. We're not. It's all good.
Yeah. She's doing something right in the social media
Maybe we
universe.
should start making more videos in the mountains.
Yo, us
With
three.
books?
Yeah, oh, shit.
I got books.
Us three, one
Bring the
remix.
table. Three
I got books.
Oh, my God.
No
man.
shortage of that. Gotta go to the attic.
After I just said we got to stop shitting on each other.
I know. And this is why we hate DJs. We don't like ourselves. look in the mirror. We hate
We hate
ourselves.
each other. Yeah. We hate each other. Oh man.
You know that meme with the guy pointing at the mirror? Ours should be, I don't like you. I don't like your kind.
I'm sorry. I'm a walking contradiction. I'm sorry.
That shit was funny.
Oh man.
All right, so we got another lockdown coming down, perhaps. No? You think we're going to get there?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. To be honest with you,
I don't think so. I think, though, to everyone to wear masks.
I think they're going to try.
yeah, they definitely gonna try.
But we outside.
Yeah, no,
We outside,
I don't even think they'll try. I think they'll just tell everyone to wear masks. We'll see where we are in 2 to 3 weeks.
Cases in LA going up. Cases in Vegas are going up.
Florida.
I mean, shit. Cases in Florida never stop going up. So
Sure.
There's all kinds of cases in Florida. There's Florida man. There's COVID.
Florida is like the housing market.
so yeah,
When's the dip gonna come?
mask mandated LA, mask mandated Vegas. Yeah, I mean, I think,
Vegas got mask
yeah,
mandate?
they just announced it yesterday.
Fuck.
They just announced it yesterday.
go
So
there
they
either.
got mask mandate. And Vegas thought that they were going to get hit with the capacity limit, but they didn't. So they're thankful for that.
Yeah, I think all the indoor events, like arena shows, have been canceled.
Yeah, I've seen a couple of events out here in LA been canceled or postponed due to the mask mandate. You know what I mean? Just to see how it's going to go for the next couple of weeks. So
whoever arranged that Cascade SoFi show was genius because
Right at the
they
buzzer.
got that one off, and it was outdoors.
It was
so
outdoors.
if anyone had
Yeah,
a scheduled outdoor event, they're safe.
yeah, if you do an outdoor event, you good. It's all the indoor stuff, all the indoor things. I wonder how this is going to affect restaurants. I think that you're still good if you're sitting at a table, take your mask off and stuff like that. But I don't know, man. Like people have been mentioning there might be another lockdown, and this is just kind of just slapping people or trying to encourage more people to get vaccinated and whatnot. So
Yeah.
we'll see, man. Until then, party on, golf.
Party on, Garth. Party on, Wayne. Mickey, we wanted to talk about, or you wanted to talk about something last episode, but we didn't have enough time to properly get to it. And you asked us about the home input from our significant other.
Yeah. Because me and my significant other are strongly considering making the move in together. Thank you.
MikiWAR.
Pushing on a year and a half or so.
I encourage it, man.
So,
Yeah.
I encourage it. I encourage anybody who's in a serious relationship, maybe flirting with the idea of moving on to marriage and everything. Move in with your significant
Who
other.
said married?
I'm just saying. I'm saying, maybe
I'm just
it's
kidding,
been
baby.
it's maybe been a conversation. Maybe it's been in the back of your mind or her mind or
Sure,
whatever. But
yeah.
I always encourage it, man, because I know maybe a handful of people who waited till after they got married to move in with each other.
Yeah.
And that's all I'm gonna just leave it at that. It was a whirlwind of
I think they made a few movies about that.
trying to tell
What could be the worst?
What?
you, man.
Well, tell us, Joe. Big gulp.
Yeah, no, I mean, I was living with Sam since 2000, I think 16.
Yeah, you guys were living together for a minute, right?
Yeah, for 5 years. So
Yeah, same here.
yeah. So, but you learn, you learn a lot from each other. You pick up on each other's habits.
Likes and dislikes, shit that you didn't notice was there until they were in your space, and you're like,
And I will say, especially if you're organized and you have everything on lock in your house, I will say that
You said unlocked?
on lock,
Oh,
like you just everything's dialed in your house. Like you just
You got
have a
nice, like,
rhythm and a
routine,
pattern.
right.
Yeah. I will say, before you jump at anything that rubs you wrong or you
your
don't
battles.
you necessarily wouldn't do,
Give us an example.
not only pick your okay, like the one at my go-to is the containers when we put food away
Okay.
and she doesn't click the containers.
Oh, she just leaves it.
Like she just doesn't lock it in safe, like
So you go to grab
that
the
final
container.
click to make sure it's all sealed up, the leftovers, like that final click isn't locked in.
It's not getting there.
Yeah,
Okay.
like so air is getting in and
Right.
the longevity.
food goes bad quicker.
Yeah. And then if it spills, it's like the thing pops off. So and she has she's like, we're fine with that now. But
Like she's clicking it, or you just let it go?
she's clicking it most of the time. 90% of the time she's clicking
Did she
it.
get mad when you got the reminder?
So here's the thing. This is what I'm getting to.
Yes, let's get there.
Where I strongly advise
Okay.
is let it happen two or three times. If you're strong enough, let it happen 3 times. Okay?
Without saying anything.
Without saying
Okay,
anything.
all
So on the 3rd time, you can say, hey, this has happened 3 times. I just want to make sure it's not a habit.
She be like, you been holding on to this shit for this long.
No, because here's the thing. When you live with the girlfriend, woman, wife, whatever, you don't, to Bro's point, you want to pick your battles. You don't want to nitpick at every little thing.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So cool. I can live with her throwing her jacket on the couch and it's staying there. Like cool. You know, leave a hat on the counter or whatever. Cool. Like little things, whatever I can live with, because she doesn't want to feel like she's being coached. She doesn't want to feel like she has to stop everything she's doing because something I'm not happy with.
Right.
So when it comes to certain situations, you got to pick your battles and let it happen a few times because you will naturally say, yo, something's wrong with that. That needs to be done. Oh, you left that there.
Sure.
You left that behind. You left the fridge open.
And then
the fridge is beeping.
then
You got
it's
it,
nagging and shit.
then as before you know it, you're like, holy shit, it's like the 10th thing I've talked about in 3 days.
And then you start feeling like the bitch.
And you start feeling like an asshole. And she'll probably be more frustrated with herself for allowing these little things to happen.
Yeah.
Compared to her being frustrated at you nitpicking.
Okay.
All right. So yeah, so like the container thing, allow it to happen 2 or 3 times before you bring it up because you don't want to nitpick at every single thing.
All right.
What else was there? There was something else with she has to feel like it's her place too. Okay, now you guys, you're going in a different situation than me or even Rel because Jenna moved into your living situation.
Correct.
Sam moved into my living situation.
Yes.
And for the longest time, although she was my girlfriend for many years, and even you can even throw in she had lived there for a few years, she still didn't feel like it was her place.
Right.
So she has to feel like this is my place just as much as it is yours. So allow her to have a free imagination. She's going to say, I want to do this, this, and this. Cool. Chances are it won't happen.
That's why you gave her the garden.
Yeah. Because look, we're and this is, I think it's like both of us, where with Sam, it was like, I told her, you can do whatever you want to this house. Just don't make it look like Barbie's mansion or do something stupid and ridiculous like pink everywhere, whatever.
I don't get Barbie's mansion for 5, but
No. But that's the extreme of it. Like,
Right.
I know you won't be that crazy. So have at it. You have a blank slate. Like, do whatever you want with the house. But just remember, this is my house too.
Right.
I would like to be in on the conversations if we're going to change a paint or
neutral colors.
That's what we did. When she moved in, we gutted the whole house. Like I got rid of all the furniture and everything. And we did each room one by one and we did it together. Like, just like you said, you just want her to feel like this is her house just as much as is.
What was the one thing hard to let go? Was there a thing?
I don't think for me there wasn't really anything because we had our own space. She did she's into like sewing and stuff like that. Okay. So she brought her sewing machine and we put it in the guest bedroom. And then I had my studio. So I got to do whatever the fuck I wanted to do in my studio. She got to do whatever she wanted to do in her. So we had our individual like space.
Yep.
And then obviously all the common areas, living room, kitchen.
Yeah.
Well, actually kitchen, I let her do whatever the fuck she wanted to do because I don't go in there. And in the bedroom or whatever, we did our own thing. But yeah, to Joe's point, it's kind of the similar thing. Like my wife has a very hard time cleaning up after herself, and I call it only child syndrome. Just you just leave shit. She doesn't put shit back. Like I'm cooking this, and the whole counter is a mess, and I'm like, but you choose your battles. You know, like, all right, I understand. This is just what she does, and you don't say it every time. Because I started out being like, hey, man, you going to put that shit back? And then it just turned into a thing. And I said, all right, I'm not going to say shit for a while. I'm not going to say shit for a while. Yeah. And then I'm going to be like, and like you said, and then it turns into like, fuck. like we had a conversation about it, and then you don't say shit, and you go, hey, you know, you this is like the fifth time you left that out or whatever, and then it turns into she's more disappointed in herself that she did that after she said she was going to try to be better about it. So it's just, you know, like you said, picking your battles, because it turns into like, I'm like, damn, I feel like I've been nagging all fucking week about shit, and I'm like, I gotta stop. I feel like.
Yeah, and Terrell's point where he picked up on only child syndrome, like you're gonna realize like who she really is and how she grew up and just how she maneuvers when you're living with her, and then it's up to you to figure out who she really is and how she's gonna act in a living situation. And there's cues, like Rel said, the only child syndrome. There's cues to figuring out like what you're going to be involved with for while you're living with her or for the rest of your life, perhaps. Right. So it's important for you to do your due diligence and figure out what makes her tick, why she does this, especially if it's a pattern, like what something's this is a thing. Yeah. Like it just didn't come spur of the moment. So that, you got to do your homework. Yeah.
The good thing is, you know, if you're the person that you get to split the bills, imagine cutting them bills in half. You're like, whoa, man, I got a lot extra more money in the pockets, you know what I mean? Chores and shit like that. I'm like, shit, I'm gonna do my laundry. Someone come home and my laundry's folded and shit. I'm like, hey.
I don't know what the, that's a good point you brought up. I don't know who makes what. I don't know who makes more than the other. But if you do make more than her, there will be something in the back of her head that makes it feel like, I'm not going to say she's at your disposal. You're just like, she's not a slave.
Be careful.
She's not a slave.
Be careful.
Okay? But there will be something in the back of her head that, how do I say this? That makes her feel like you're the man, but something like that. Yeah. Like, because you're technically, through the way society sees it, you're the breadwinner. You're bringing home the bigger check. Okay. So until she feels like, which could come with a wedding ring, it may take that, until she feels like she is your equal. And when you become married, you're in a sense equal. So until she feels that,
you're equal regardless, Joe. Stop it.
No, I know, but I'm saying this. But this is what the psychology of it is.
Society is telling them,
yeah. So until she feels like she's equal, she may always feel like it's 60-40 or 70-30 or 55-45 in regards to decisions and what goes on around the house. So if you can get her to feel like she's equal before wedding and all that,
you're in good shape, my friend.
And here's the thing. Remember at my bachelor party, my brother Brian said, you know, that whole 60-40, 70-30 shit?
Sure.
After you get married, it's all out the window.
Yeah.
She's 60, you're 40.
Yeah.
She's 70, you're 30. Yeah. So, but if that's what it takes for her to be happy, you know, then so be it.
Happy wife, happy life. That shit cliche as fuck, but man, is it true?
Super true.
It makes it easier for you.
Yeah. Now Sam has a garden. She has an office.
Mm-hmm.
You're getting it all.
I got my studios.
You're 30.
Yeah, we're good now. No complaints. She can't say shit to me.
Not say nothing.
Just thinking out loud. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, no, it's a healthy conversation.
Yeah, let us know, man. We'll be there for the housewarming.
Keep our listeners posted.
Yeah, I've never had a housewarming out. See, because she comes over now and stays over and does whatever, and I'm just like, some stuff gets left behind, and I'm like,
she got a drawer.
Maybe she got 2 drawers, and I purposely gave her drawers.
Nice.
Like, I was like, this is your space.
Mm-hmm.
Do whatever you want. I'll even like buy shit and put shit in her drawer. Like, she'll come home, extra pair of shoes, whatever she needs. But, you know, sometimes she'll pop a tag and then she'll just leave the tag somewhere. And it sounds like we're all kind of equal in the sense of we're all kind of clean. Like, it's like a very unique situation for the guy to be the clean one. Guy.
Exactly.
But I think in the case of my girl,
the 2021 man.
Yeah.
Come on,
I think in the case of my girl, it's just not her place. So she doesn't have as much of a emphasis to be on top of like cleanliness because it's her place. And you know, to her defense, like I have a cleaning lady. She comes every 2 weeks, like cleans up the place. So she probably just assumes somebody will take care of it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. And so, you know, I'll see if that gets if she takes the cleaning lady's place, if that becomes a
Wow.
no.
Joe, you need to be careful.
No. In the sense of just some of the responsibilities that I pass on, because there's some stuff that she's like, I'd rather do that. Because I prefer how things are clean. I'll give you a perfect example. I hate dishes and utensils clean through the dishwasher, because it just doesn't happen. Like the dishwashers, like are terrible.
Yeah.
You know, they don't really clean your shit.
I have a dishwasher. I don't use it.
You don't use it at all.
I am the dishwasher in my house. Yeah. We my wife and I have a very system. She cooks, I clean. She don't clean shit. I clean everything.
Yeah.
I mean, as far as like when it comes to the kitchen or whatever.
Yeah.
But she cooks everything. Like I'm hungry. She'd be like, all right.
I be throwing shit in the dishwasher all the time, and I'm like, this never comes out clean.
Yeah.
I feel like I gotta clean it before I put it in the dishwasher.
Yeah, that's what the fuck is the point of it?
Here's another thing. Based on that story you just said, where she leaves tags behind. With Sam, when I was getting frustrated with things not being clean or left behind or whatever it was, she told me because like I just know because I'm living with you, like I know I may not get everything, but I know you'll have my back.
Yeah.
And help or you know, and vice versa.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, that's a different way of looking at it. And like, it's not a wrong way, but we're a team now. Yeah. You know, so it's like, if you don't pick me up, you know, like I got you and vice. And I noticed like the energy gets transmitted when Sam sees me shut the fuck up and clean some shit or do some shit. Her brain just automatically goes to what can I do to contribute to this? Mm-hmm. And then she'll be on it in the moment, or she'll eventually get to doing something.
See, my girl thinks it's cute leaving shit behind, and I take a picture of it. I'll be like, hey, you left this. She's like, yeah, so you can remember me. And I'm like,
okay, yeah, all right.
I got photos around the house for you to remember you. You don't got to leave a bobby pin next to the bear brick.
Yeah,
like, relax. But,
there was one more thing that I thought was funny. Oh, Sam had finished cleaning the bathroom. I go to the bathroom, take a piss, and I look at something, and I put my finger and I check it.
Why?
And I don't.
This is what I'm talking about when I say pick your battles, Miki.
Look, look. This is passive. Look. I don't even know she's around me.
Right.
She's somewhere in the back. I'm taking a piss. Why would she be looking at me, right? I swipe it and look at it.
Just want to check on it, you know?
And I just leave it alone. I don't say a word. She comes into my studio pissed off. I saw what you did, and I don't like it. I don't appreciate it. I said, first of all, I didn't say a damn thing to you, so it's not like I'm nitpicking. Second, if you don't like it, why wasn't it done right the first time? Why is it done?
Shit,
what do you want me to do with this? I didn't say a word. I cleaned it. I did what you didn't do. You're not mad at me. You're mad at yourself.
She's like, why'd you have to go check it
detailed.
for? Why you just assume that it was clean? Like,
So let me just in the space that we share, let me just let this crap sit there, and I can look at it No, I'm gonna clean it. I'm gonna check it. If it looks dirty and or it's just stained and it looks dirty, and I put my finger on it, it's like, oh, it's just stained. Cool, no big deal. But don't be mad at me because you didn't finish the job.
Yo, this is going to be random as fuck, but we're 45 minutes in, so it's not going to be too controversial to ask you this question. But I had a friend on a speakerphone, and his wife jumped in and asked you guys use baby wipes, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, of course.
It changes your life once you live with a
You can't go back.
Right. Does it change? Okay. Do you use a baby wipe? Are you going to number one?
No.
Just a quick little...
Yeah,
just take a little toilet paper.
Oh, you do use toilet paper though? You give it
wipe then toilet paper.
Huh?
Wait, which one's number one?
Which is number one? What?
Are we talking about the same thing?
Do you use wipe?
You look like that guy. You look like that guy. You look like that bear break. No, okay, when I take a piss, that's Mickey. When I take a piss, I don't use baby wipes for that.
But you do wipe.
I do wipe.
Okay, that's what I'm talking about. Do you wipe after you take a piss?
I don't wipe after I take a piss, no.
Okay.
I mean, I use baby wipes, but that was like recently. But then the wife of the friend that I was talking to yelled at him crazy. Like, what's wrong with you? Don't you see like other men wipe their stuff after they take a piss?
Yeah.
And to me, all I can assume is she wants to put her mouth on it at some point.
Yeah, well,
you got to make sure to keep it ready.
it's fair. It's an understandable. Yeah. I personally, like, we don't got to get deep into it. I just don't like piss all over my underwear, all right?
I mean, I stand there.
I will sit there and
I stand there for a while. Like, she be like, you ain't done yet? I'm like, hold on. You better back the fuck up off me and let me finish.
Yeah.
Every drop got to come out.
Yeah.
Before you get all this in your mouth.
I just think we could normalize the baby wipe.
No,
I'm just
100%.
Just start throwing it out.
Use baby wipes.
It's softer.
Use baby wipes. Use wipes.
Look,
you
man.
nasty motherfuckers.
Look, man, I'm ready to move on. Mickey, how was your weekend in Vegas?
I'm glad you know what number one is now.
He said he was number one.
No, because
in what order?
No, I was thrown off because I never would have thought to use baby wipes for when you take a piss. So I'm like, wait a minute, do I have this wrong?
Was this a game changer?
No, I know I'm still going to use paper towels.
All right.
Paper
towels.
Towels, God
I'm still going to use toilet paper.
You use your junk for construction?
Your toilet is all clogged up.
You got rug burns. All right.
Oh, man.
This is what happens when you DJs give us nothing to talk about.
You don't have a microfiber towel.
Mickey, you were in Vegas with 2 Chainz. You were in Vegas with 2 Chainz.
Yeah.
How was that? Lysol wipes.
It's got a sting.
How was that?
Man,
No mask,
It
I'm
was
assuming.
hot as fuck.
Man, it's cooking in Vegas, man.
It was so hot. I think it was
110.
I got in at 9 in the morning, and it was 98 in 9 in the morning.
Jesus.
And
Oh my God.
and it was a funny trip because like I had hit up my boy. I'll leave him nameless. Well, whatever. If you follow me, you might know. But he was. I hit him up and I was like, try to finesse the car ride to the hotel. I'm like in the morning. All right, bet we're gonna get a workout in the morning. He's like, all right, cool. What time you get in? Like 9. Great. Call him up. Nope.
Yo, if anyone says they're working out while they're in Vegas or a city where they're there specifically to party, if they say they're going to hit workout in the morning, never happens.
Not true.
Oh, it sounds like you've done it before. You tried to set that up too.
Well, I've had people tell me, and you know what the best thing to do is just agree with it and say, yeah, we're, let's do it. I'm down.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm sure
that
everybody
happens
has
to me.
intentions of doing it, but
Yeah.
No, the intentions are great, but you kind of look like an asshole when you say no, I don't want to engage. No, yeah, I'm down.
Yeah.
And then knowing damn well 10 o'clock, 10 a.m. rolls around, ain't nobody doing shit.
Look, the only reason I even said that beyond the fact that maybe I could catch a ride to the strip was that I've seen him posting every day. He's working out. He's getting deposits in. All right, bet. Cool. I'm going to jump on that wave with you if you could just pick me up because I can't check in until 3 o'clock anyway.
Yeah.
Or
You got
whatever
time to
time. Yeah. So then, I hit him up. He didn't wake up. And I'm just like, all right, whatever. Not getting a response. I'm like, all right, well, it's Vegas. He's probably sleeping in, so it's all good. So then I went to the hotel, checked in, and then had to wait because obviously it was too early in the morning. So I killed time by losing some money at blackjack and then finally got checked in on an early check-in around noon. Mm-hmm. And then that's when my boy hit me up. And he's like, oh, man, just woke up. I'm like,
Man, that was cool. I figured.
He's like, do you want to get a workout in? I was like, all right, fine, I'll go. So we went. We worked out.
Oh, that's good.
Still got it in. Got to check out my boy Jay Sean's spot Everbowl that does like acai bowls, and they have all these different I guess what is it, like fruits?
acai bowls, what are they called?
Like so an acai bowl is, so acai is like a fruit, right?
I can't explain it to you.
I'm gonna get butchered on this.
Acai bowl?
Like an acai.
It's like blueberries. It's like mashed blueberries.
But it's like a fruit.
It's a
Okay,
combination.
it's a fruit.
Yeah.
Okay, so then they have all these other like acai-like things that are made of like coconut and different like.
Where's this at in Vegas?
It is, God, if you could.
It's off the strip.
It's off the strip.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
But they got one out here, and I'm gonna go because in LA, because it's a franchise, and man, they have this like coconut mixture joint that just literally tastes like pina colada, and like but it's healthy for you. And then you can like layer your base, which is like acai, that, or there's other different
toppings,
mixtures and stuff. And then you get into the toppings. Toppings are all fire. Like it was just a really nice, healthy, lean, like, you know, light, lunch.
Yeah.
And so anyway, check out Everbowl. Went to hotel. Chainz landed like 10 o'clock. And his bags didn't make it. So we had to, he hit me. He's
coming
like.
From Atlanta?
He was coming from Atlanta. And so he had hit me. He's just like, yo, like I need some clothes for tonight. So then I called my boy JC, who just opened a store in the Caesars Forum shops, like similar to Mag. Took him there. He shopped around, and then his bags made it like right after that.
Of course.
And like I haven't been out, and especially definitely haven't been Vegas out.
Yeah.
So like this is all happening at 10, from like 10 to 11. So I'm like, if I'm going out, I'm probably starting to head out the door at that time.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, so what time? Like whatever. He's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna walk in at I think he said 1:30. I'm like, okay.
Going to napping.
So I'm like, all right. So I go back to the hotel, try to get some work done. And full transparency, like I'm there because I'm with Chainz because or met with him because he and I have some stuff that we're working on together. That I can't really speak on the details, but we're working on something. And so, 1:30 comes around, I go to his room, chill, and he's performing at Dre's. And so walk in, no mask, nobody's got masks on. Everybody's just partying it up. Places
it's Dre's though, it's outside.
The whole city, true, half outside. But the whole city is like slam because it was, so this is on Friday. Saturday, I mean, you're talking about the Conor McGregor fight. You're talking about the big threes in town. Dave Chappelle and John Mayer, I think, were doing their show out there. Delilah's grand opening.
Sheesh.
Like, and there's just like, the whole city is like booming.
Yeah.
And so I made sure to stay at Cromwell, which is where Dre's is at, just to like avoid any issues. But my hotel, like I've stayed there many of times. The most I've ever paid was like $350, $400 for a night there. My bill for that night was like $900.
Oh. God damn!
When you're all said and done, yeah, it was wild. And so, but it was cool, like since I didn't have to like. You have to factor in, like, I'm not taking an Uber, not taking any cabs, not doing whatever.
I think that's what people forget to factor in. Like, you can get a cheaper rate down the strip, but then you got to pay $60 round trip for Uber.
Yeah.
You might as well just book a closer hotel.
Yeah, exactly. And the stress.
Yeah.
Like, there's value
stress.
to that,
Yeah.
So then everything was solid. Obviously, super VIP treatment when you're hanging out with 2 Chainz. Got to reconnect with my buddy Destin Dre's. Had a really long night. Went to after hours. Was there till God knows one time. After hours or
after hours?
Can't tell you.
Okay.
I think it might have been Sud. Shout out to Sud. Happy birthday, Sud. He's a DJ for 2 Chainz, but he also he's like in the mix of things over there, and he's killing it. Franzen was DJing before Chainz went on.
Course.
Did an amazing job. And then long night at after hours, ran into everybody and anybody you can think of as far as like the DJ world. Shout out to Deluxe and 5 and Scratchy. And then went gambling some more.
Nice.
And then there's actually a funny story I can share with you guys because I went gambling. I had lost some money before I checked in, went gambling, and all I know is I like 5x'd my money during that time.
Nice.
Don't remember much.
Okay.
I was on autopilot. But like
sounds about right.
I knew what I'm really good on autopilot. Like cuz I've DJ'd like out of it. I've gambled out of it, and somehow, some way I remember small details and I always seem to make it. The only factor of this one time though that became kind of an issue for me was I was gambling probably, I don't know the time frame, but I'm assuming between 5 a.m. and I got to my room at like 8 a.m., which makes sense to convert the money I was able to convert. Super happy. Checked, got my stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But then I realized, like, I don't realize this till I wake up, but like my last text I got was at 5 a.m. My phone, for whatever reason, disconnected from service. So like I had no service whatsoever. Like it almost like logged out of my phone number. And so I couldn't get any phone calls, no text. Like I said, last text I got was at 5 a.m. And then I laid down in my room and then my hotel room phone is going off the hook. And I'm just like, what the heck's going on? No, I don't know what time it is. I just know sunlight. So I get the phone. It's my girl. My girl's like, where have you been?
Oh.
And I'm like, I was gambling, and I'm telling her all happy, this and that. She's like, I've been calling the phone, like, da, da, da. I was like, oh, I'm like, all right, I'm sorry. I'm like, well, I gotta go to sleep. I gotta go to sleep. Let me call you when I'm up, whatever. And I'm like, she's like, what's wrong with your phone? And I look at my phone. I was like, oh, I don't know, it's not getting service. I was like, all right, I'll hotspot it with my other one. I got you. Like, I'll wake up. Next thing I hear is like a knock at the door.
It's her.
No. That would have been amazing.
That would have been fucking hilarious.
No, it's housekeeping. And they're like, are you checking out late? And I'm like, yeah, I'm checking out late. She's like, okay. She's like, well, I'm like, all right. And then so I check the time. It's 2:30. I'm like, oh my God.
Oh my God. Yo, Vegas.
No alarm. Don't know how to act. Haven't been out in a long time. So I'm like, oh my God. Like, so I get up and then I see, it finally hits me that my phone doesn't have any service. Still. And so that's a problem because I let Grady, who runs the Mag Parlor here at the store, I turn off the alarm from my phone. But at some point, I caught service to turn off the alarm for him at 8 a.m, text him clear autopilot.
Wow.
I text him. I woke up
Impressive.
at 8. When my girl called me, I remember him saying something around 8 o'clock. So I turn off the alarm and I just text him, hey, alarm's off whenever you get there. Phone goes, nothing. So I was like impressed with that. Then I'm like trying to put everything together. Can't get any service. I jump on the phone with my other phone with AT&T, get it all figured out. Took like 30 minutes to get reconnected.
Jeez.
And gather my thoughts. And then I talked to my girl. Turns out she's like, why did you get home at 8 in the morning? I was like, how do you know I got home at 8 o'clock in the morning? She's like, because I called the hotel for 12 times.
Jesus.
I was like, I'm just gonna chalk it up as your concern.
Sure, yeah. She's like, I didn't make sure you was alive, fool.
But given like my phone's off, like I'm nowhere to be found, like whatever. Luckily, I have pictures of like all my gambling, like whatever. And she's like, oh, okay. She's like, well, I'm glad you're safe and this and that. And I'm like, all right, cool. And then I was like, okay. And the next thing I know, it's like 2 Chainz. Yo, we're heading into the beach club at 3:30. Get ready. I'm just like,
oh my
God damn, it's still going. So all right, pack my bags, checked it in, went to go hang out with Chainz. It was hot as shit out there at the beach club.
Jeez.
And I thought we were just going to hang out. He was performing too. Like I was like, oh my God, like this man working.
Mm-hmm.
He promoted that? The club promoted that?
The day club?
Yeah.
I don't remember seeing that.
Well, they must have just caught a quick bag.
I don't know how it all worked.
Hey, you gonna be here tomorrow?
How much money you got?
No, yeah, because
for the right price, I will be.
Yeah, because I'm not gonna front. Shout out to Dustin. I love him to death, man. This guy's like one of the most humble dudes to be running one of the most successful nightclubs in the city. Mm-hmm. And shout out to Bobby too for at After Hours. Like they've been winning that After Hours trophy for God knows how long. But Dustin and Chainz was like. You're not gonna stay for Future? I'm like, Lord. Shit. I'm like, I barely survived hanging out with 2 Chainz.
I'm going home, bro.
I'm going home.
No,
I'm like, I got 10 a.m. tennis with my girl on Sundays. I do not miss that. I'm flying out.
I'm out of
and here. It was a nightmare to get out of Vegas, but I'm glad I went Saturday and not Sunday because it was just madness.
I can imagine.
With all due respect, guys, kiss my ass. I'm going home.
Oh no, it was full energy. And the worst part was, I'm taking the last flight out. Saturday night.
Okay.
So it's 8:50 night flight. I'm on the plane. It's slammed packed.
Of course.
And of course, you know, like when you're traveling, there's like this unwritten rule. Kind of like similar, like don't go piss next to the guy when there's an open stall.
Next to you.
Yeah. If don't matter what gender, if you're a husky person, don't sit next to a husky person on a Southwest flight. Like, you know, like if you're gonna pick a middle seat, go look at a skinny person. You know what I mean? Like you got it's Tetris, right? And
I always look for women.
Yeah, see a woman, but
because they're usually small, you know, the small shoulder frame built, you know.
Yeah, no, this was a woman, but she and I could have played the same football position.
Ooh.
All right.
Oh man, no.
And so she and the thing is, it's one thing if you're like gentle, no.
Oh shit.
Like just threw herself in there, like, all right. Like there's no lube, so we gonna force ourselves in the middle. Yeah. And I was just like, okay, all right, that's what we're doing. All right, cool. So I'm just sitting. I do one of these on the window.
Luckily, it's a 50-minute flight.
I'm just like this, 50-minute flight, right? Exactly. Yeah. We're on the tarmac for 2.5 hours.
Oh shit!
With no AC on.
No.
Hell no.
Yo.
Hell no.
You didn't even get a shower.
I was getting ready to get, huh?
Did you get a shower after the pool, the day club?
No, yeah, but I was in the cabana under, like, I wasn't like sweating it like that.
Gotcha.
Yeah. She might have been at the beach party too.
Got it.
But anyway, finally got home at like midnight, you know, and like,
damn.
It was just, it was an interesting trip. But I had fun. I had a great time.
Yeah.
And I made money also after the pool party.
Nice. Gambling?
Oh.
Yeah. I ended up. So
nice.
That it paid for itself.
Dope. I was in Boston. Shout out to Big Night, MikiWAR. I did MikiWAR. I got there the night early. So it was my friend's birthday, and we went out that night to North End to eat Italian food. And did you eat Italian food in North End when you went to Boston?
We did not. We ate Chinese, I think.
Oh, okay. Apparently, if you eat Italian in the North End, there's not a bad restaurant. So we ate good. We ate, I think, at Straga. But so we went out to the Grand that night, and Borges was performing, DJing. And I don't know if you know Borges, you know his songs are real, or typically his songs are real aggressive and a lot of bass sounds and growls and just real aggressive shit. Well, I thought it was interesting. Like the first hour of his set was like deep house, like the shit that's in right now, the tech house, like all that. And then as I was leaving, he got into all the growling, angry music. So then the next day we went to Nantucket. Rob, you're from the East Coast. You familiar with Nantucket?
A little bit.
So the way it's explained to me is
Doesn't
like,
Family Guy talk about it?
Do they?
Yeah.
They do, right? That's where I know it from.
Okay. Yeah. No, yeah, just remembering. So Nantucket is basically, the way it's explained to me, is the Hamptons for humble rich people.
Yeah.
And everything in Nantucket, all the houses look the same. Like if you're going to go and build a new house, they have to have this colonial look. Huh?
Looks like the houses in Vegas. Or, I mean, it's similar to how the houses in Vegas look alike.
Yeah, like everything looks the same. There's not a poor person in sight. You have to be a millionaire to be on that island. Everyone usually flies in, private jets and whatever. So we ate there. Interesting experience because everyone is just humbly just rich. And then I did MikiWAR that night, and it felt like it had to have been a top 10 set for me. Like the energy, I can't remember the energy in a room feeling like that in a long time. We had, I'd say if there was 10 tables on the floor, I think my guys had 6 tables, a couple birthdays, and it was just insane, man. Like, you know, you have the DJ booth and tables on each side, and then you have like a place for people to like hang over and look at you, or just to hang on. Like I felt like Tiesto in that bitch. There was girls hanging over on each side, and I'm just like, what do you want me to do? Like, am I supposed to do something? Because they're like waiting for me to react and do something. I don't know what it's like.
Hey, motherfucker, don't you see us?
Yeah, like you want me to like juggle or something? Oh. So,
Sam was there, right?
Sam was there. She was, you know what I mean? And you know, kudos to her, because I think a lot of girlfriends, and maybe even wives in that situation would be like, who are these bitches looking at you? Why are you giving them attention? Why are you catering to? Why are you taking pictures with them? Why are you talking to them? So yeah, no, the set was incredibly fun. And the hospitality was through the roof. Ate at Mystique, their what you call it, sushi venue inside the Encore Hotel. And they got, I can't speak too much on it, but the opportunities they are creating for lack of better words, the small man, the fighter, the up and comer, the guys that are doing their best to be seen and heard, the opportunities they are creating for those guys is, I think, like nothing I've seen before from a club of that magnitude or a company of that magnitude. And that's all I will say. It's like when it happens, you'll see it and you got to show love because it's rare these opportunities coming from a big club.
Yeah.
So yeah, dope. Overall, super dope weekend. Sam was with me the whole time. I had her on the move, trying to keep up with these birthday boys and people, and yeah, it was pretty crazy. And I have a question to ask, and I want you guys to think about it for the next podcast. Is it expected of your girlfriend, wife, whoever significant other may be, whatever her role is it expected for her to get videos of you while you're DJing? And I'll leave it there. We'll get into it next episode.
On the next episode of the MikiDZ podcast.
Yeah. And globalization. We had Neil Jackson.
Yeah.
Right? And Romeo is this week.
Yep.
And yeah, that is it for us. Oh, we had Drift before that. He said he likes Vietnam Drift. So we're going to roll with Vietnam Drift.
Statement.
Vietnam Drift.
Yeah. And I believe that is it, man.
Episode 94?
94 in the books.
Yes, sir.
Let's get it.
Peace.